Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Ah! We're here. We're together. I'm touching you. Look at this.
What are you, crazy? We're
Holy
nuts.
hell.
Oh, God.
Wow. There you go. The old couch. The new apartment. I got to get a photo up here. It's a little bland.
Yeah, but, you know,
Here we are.
so was my diet, reflux.
True.
This is great. A lot of chords here.
Yeah, too many chords.
I like to move my
It's like a
feet.
guitar lesson. But, yeah, I got the kids playing outside. We got a view of Fifth Avenue there.
Can you
change it up?
Can you fuck the kids? Just a reference to Curb Your Enthusiasm.
And no, you can't.
I'm worried. This is loose down here. Are you
Uh-oh.
sabotaging?
Oh, God.
Feels a little sabotagey.
You're coming in.
I'm coming in.
Yeah,
All right.
Come in me.
I mean, this is blinking. I don't know what's going on
That's
here.
always blinking. That
Oh.
means we're talking.
Oh, when
See?
it's picking up.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
You got a different one than I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is this new?
This is Shelbo's act.
Ah.
Shelbo shit.
All right. Well, we're here. I mean, this is it. This is historic. First live together, Tuesdays with Stories since got to be March, I don't know, 8th?
Yeah, something like that. It's kooky. It's weird to be back. And we have a new lunch stuff.
The Lunch Stuff Studios 2. The sequel. It's good to be here. And I was in that park a few days ago. I was texting you.
Yeah.
I came over here to the cellar, and it feels exciting because the cellar's doing dinner.
Getting there.
They're doing dinner, 7 o'clock, 7 days a week. You can go get dinner there, and
Yeah.
who knows, there might be someone telling jokes up there.
Sure.
And I came by because I was heading to New Jersey, and I said, I'll go say hi to Liz, the manager over there. And who's over there? Chris D., Stefano, and Mike Cannon
Oh, at the cellar.
at Fat Black.
Ah.
Walked by, and they're all out there, and the little shit, Chris's kid, who hates me.
Oh, the girl?
She hates me.
You think, or I mean, little gals, they're tough. You don't get a good hello. They don't really they're not warm.
No, I walked over and she started booing. She was giving me this.
Wow.
And, you know, Liz was encouraging her.
Sure.
And, you know, I was hurt, but at the Super Bowl party, Sal Volcano had a Super Bowl party, and she was there. And I like to really get in there and touch the kid.
Sure.
Hyperbolically or...
Hypothetically.
No.
Hypodermia?
No. Hypothermia.
Yeah, I don't know. A derm.
Hypodermic is the thing. Hypodermic needle.
The needles.
Yeah.
Hypoallergenic.
Needles. That was Flea's character in Back to the Future.
Oh, that's right. Wonder if he had AIDS.
He's a good actor, Flea.
Yeah, he's all around talented. Not a great looking chap.
No, bad look.
Bad luck. Flea is a weird bug to choose because you don't like a flea.
That's a good point. I like to flee anytime, you know, someone talks to me, but
All right.
I never was a chili pepper guy.
I had a couple. I like the Aeroplane.
Yeah, One Hot Minute, I like that album, and
Yeah.
they didn't. It was fine. I didn't like the.
No. Sex, Crazy Magic, or Anal, whatever it was. And then I hate the later stuff. Scar Tissue.
Oh,
Ooh, brutal.
scar tissue sucks. Oh,
Scar Tissue that I wish you saw. I'd leave it on the radio at a long drive, but I'm like, who's this for? It feels like something to be playing in an elevator.
no, it's complete shit. And then I like the Stevie Wonder one enough, but then I prefer Stevie Wonder.
Oh, they did a cover?
They did, yeah. The people keep on teaching.
Oh, yeah.
Don't stop.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a cover, but I like the underwear. I like the shirtless. I like the going for it. But the tunes later on. He got plastic surgery. His weird hair. The whole thing is kooky.
Stinks. But anyways, so I walk up and the kid's booing me. The Super Bowl party, she gave me nothing. She was, but that's what I was gonna say. I like to bond with a child. I like to be the guy that puts the kid in the headlock and punts him, you know. But
it's a good look.
yeah, I mean, it's not. I didn't do great with her. She's a tough crowd. But, you know, it might be the mother, might be, you know, men are shit, whatever.
Sure.
Or maybe it's Chris. Maybe he's intimidated by me. He's putting the seed in.
Ah.
You know, I'm a lot better looking than Chris, so maybe he doesn't want me to, you know, bird dog his chicks.
Right. You're going to see a tall, lanky weirdo really snub him.
So anyway, she was giving me shit, but it was a classic moment over there because it was Liz and the girl and Chris D and Cannon, who I think is a Tuesday, by the way.
Cannon.
First class guy.
He's got a special, by the way, on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh, yeah. What's it called?
I think it's called It Just Kicked In.
Isn't it Life in there somewhere?
I think he's got a couple.
I thought it was when.
It's
it's about drugs. The drugs kicked in.
Yeah, the drugs.
I think it kicked in.
It just kicked in.
Yeah, something like that. You're right.
Cute kid, funny guy.
It's a good one. And
underrated looking guy, too. I think he's a handsome guy.
Well, he's very salty now. He went white. He's ghastly with the white.
Oh, he's ghastly, yeah. Gaslighting. I don't know ghastly.
I think it's a word, but I don't know if I'm using it right.
I know ghostly.
I think this is ghastly is ghostly with an A instead of an O.
I see. I had a chick gassed me once.
A bunch of Jews got gassed hardcore.
Oh, you got that right.
That was
allegedly.
That was ghastly, all right.
Oh yeah.
But any tits. So we're sitting around in a circle there, and I says, "Hey, isn't it weird? You know, I like to deliver a joke very earnestly sometimes."
Yeah.
And I said, "I just found out. Did you guys know this? You probably knew it. I think I found out late, but." Girls and women have much, much smaller brains. Did you guys know that?
I knew that.
And
dicks.
Well, I threw that out there, and the girl went. She gave me a no ma'am finger and grabbed
Kembe Mutombo.
Yeah, she grabbed Chris D and walked away. I mean, I walked the room. They left.
Wow.
I mean,
she's like a little social justice coos.
She was pissed. She wasn't going for it, and you know, Liz was upset, and they left. And once the kid leaves, the adults have to leave. So I literally walked the whole room.
Wow, damn, that's tough. Bomb with a kid. That's tough. See, you get the bomb from a kid and the wave. I get hitting. Kids just hit me. I walk in a room and a kid's just knocking me on my back and jumping on me, hit me in the shin. What is that?
Well, I think kids like to hit because they think they're not going to hurt you, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think this is another thing. I think a lot of men, myself included, because I do this. They don't know how to communicate with the kids, so I think a dude's just naturally like, "Hey, look at this kid."
Oh, you're right.
And so the kid is like, "Oh, this is what you communicate with a guy. You punch him in the dick."
Interesting.
Because I see that happen a lot where adults of all varieties, of usually males, almost always males, will do a, "Hey, look at this slugger, you son of a bitch. Got your ear, got your nose, finger in your ass, whatever." And then when the kid retaliates, he'll punch in the dick. It'll hurt the dick. And then they go, "What are you doing? You can't just hit people." And you're like, "I think you were doing a thing, too."
That is a little confusing. But it's a bummer because sometimes you want to go, "All right, well, you ready to watch this movie?" And they're like, "All right, well, can we stop now? How long do we do the hitting?"
Yeah.
I get it all day long, but hey, what can you do?
I do a lot of it. I need a break.
Yes.
Gotta get a break. And then you got to say it loud enough for the parent to hear. And they say, "Joe needs a break." And it's tough, these kids.
It's tough. And my brother's got a 7-year-old, 2 daughters, 7 and a 2. And man, these kids beat the bag out of me all day long. And they love it because they're like, wear her out.
Right.
Then we can put her down like Cosby. It's the whole thing.
Well, any jizz. So, how you been? What's going on? I don't even know how to do the podcast anymore.
It's kooky. The whole thing's wacky. I don't know where I am. I don't know who you are. I'm good. I just got back from Mohegan Sun, but a lot to talk about. I've been all over the road. I'm no sleep deprived. I'm wiped. I'm gay.
I gotta say, I think doing it in person is psychotic feeling because there's a camera, so it feels like we're talking to the camera, but you forget that we're just 2 people in a house. And it feels weird to look at you. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a little off-putting.
It's very strange. Podcast is so strange because it's us talking to each other, but there's like 75,000 people listening.
It's a weird medium, but people seem to be enjoying it and catching on. I mean, Rogan does pretty well. But, all right, so how about, let me throw this nugget at you there, fat man. All right. So I got a nod. You saw Nate Bargatze did the Tonight Show.
I did, yes. I saw it. It was fantastic, let's say.
Very funny guy. And so they said, well, you've done the Tonight Show a bunch. You want to do a set? I see you're on the road. Why don't you just do 5 minutes, send us the tape, we'll put it on. I said, great. But I watched Nate's, and the jokes are great. He's funny, great comic. But it's like in a club, it's black curtain, it's dark. He's in a T-shirt and a hat or whatever. It just didn't feel like Tonight Show. We put a suit on. We go to 30 Rock. We blow Fallon. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
So I said, let's really go for the gold here. And I said, let's throw it up on the Staten Island Ferry and shoot it.
Whoa.
Yeah, just to really make it fun. New York, baby. So I get my crew together, all my video guys, my sound guys, and I put a message out, hey, Tuesdays, meet me at the Staten Island Ferry on Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're going to get the 5 o'clock boat. We're gonna shoot a big production. And about 8, 9 Tuesdays showed up. We're out there with 5 guys, boom mics. We had a little speaker. We had a cord with a microphone. I'm dressed up. And we shoot it, and it's like, it sounds horrific. 3 of the cameras didn't work. One guy brought a drone. It went up, and the wind took it. It just went back down, and then it cut his hand. So he's bleeding, and I'm like, oh, Corona, huh? I'm like, oh, gee. He's like, I see him in the background. The wind's coming out. My hair's going this way. I got a comb over. My jacket's flapping. I watch the footage. My shirt comes up. You can see my belly button. Oh, it was so brutal, and I got to pay these guys, and I thought we had it, and I see the footage. It is tough.
Wow. I mean, so many questions here.
Please.
So 5 o'clock is commuter. Were there commuter people on there?
There were, but we wanted the sunset.
The sunset.
It's setting early. Winter is afoot, and we wanted the whole look. And man, it was not easy.
Well, the weather of the winter is on its way. Yay! But so is anything salvageable? Did you submit it?
No, we're still editing. We're trying to do all these tricks and editing, and we got fucking George Lucas on this thing because it's so off the rails that he's trying to fix it. He's got Jar Jar in there. The whole thing is it's rough, but we're trying to make it work. We might have to reshoot.
Well, you got to get someone better than Lucas, because when you really think about Lucas, he hasn't done that much. I mean, let's be honest. The guy had one great idea. A lot of shit. American Splendor or whatever the fuck that one's called is fun. Graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
American Graffiti. Yeah, I mean, you got to get someone better than Lucas. I mean, meanwhile, I don't even know what he's doing working on a Tonight Show set. He's like a billionaire.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but we're struggling here because we got all these guys together. Tuesday showed up. We might need to reshoot it, but I don't know. Nobody's gonna come back again.
But how did the set go? As far as forget the cameras and the bleeding finger and the fucking kamikaze.
Yeah.
The set itself, talking to the gays and the commuters. How did that go?
The gays were great. Can't thank them enough. They're cute. They giggled. We had a microphone for them. They all got around a mic, and I would say a joke, and they would go, ha ha. It was wacky. But the set was so hard because the wind is blowing. I got a seagull shitting in my mouth. I got all this stuff going on. The boat goes, all this shit. And I sped through the set. I did 2.5 minutes.
Oh, boy.
So I went short. It's blown out. There was no sunset. There was a whole gray sky. You can see 9/11 happening. The whole thing was tough.
Well, I'll never forget, but did they already say that's cool?
We got an email from the city. The city approved it. I sent it to him. The audience had to wear masks. We played all the rules. We played ball.
But I mean the booker of the show.
Yeah.
Did he say Staten Island? That's great.
He was like, I like it. It's a cool idea. I like where your head's at, but obviously we got to play by the rules. We got to be legal. We got to be COVID safe. The whole thing. So we did it. We did everything simpatico. Is that it?
That's something. I've heard you say it before. It's Spanish, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a Spanish food.
Sympathize?
Simpatico and beans. I don't know, but either way, we shot it, and it's just. I was fighting with Salacuse on the when you were coming over because it was. I'm paying these guys. This guy's in the hospital with the drone thing, and the drone didn't even get used. Half the footage is scrapped. 5 cameras. 2 footages are usable.
Oh, boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
So, what's the if you had percentages, if you're working in Vegas and a bunch of people said, I want to bet on this recording getting on the Tonight Show, What are the odds you're giving here?
Well, with me going short, that's on me. The audience sounds kooky. The wind is all up my ass. I had a Marilyn Monroe moment. My tits are out. My clit's on the floor. So I think if we're gonna get it on, we're gonna have to reshoot it. If I'm being honest. But man, getting all that together, and then the Tuesdays actually showed up, and I'm venting, but we went for it.
What about this idea? Now, I hate to be the guy that's like, that's a good idea, but how about this idea?
Please.
Because it sounds like you want it to be kitschy and interesting and fun and different. I'm sitting here in your living room. I'm looking around. You got a full bar over here. What if you did a Tonight Show set in your living room?
Ooh.
You got a couch. You got chairs. You got a bar. I mean, there's kids to look at over here. You got a plant. Maybe you get, 15 people. You have to do it slyly.
Yeah. Well, then you got a couple of Tuesdays in your home there. That could be a little off-putting.
That's a little tricky. Yes.
Yeah. What's the word? It's not informative. It's a little
intrusive.
Intrusive.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a little much, but you could also fill it with young open mic guy or newer comics, or even it might be funny to do real comics.
Right.
No offense to the open micers. And then it's funny because you can get an audience shot. It cuts to a bunch of comics that have been on the show. You got Chris D in the crowd. You have Keith Robinson.
Right.
Louis C.K.'s in the crowd going.
Oh man, that's a whole nother show.
I mean, that might be something.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm just thinking outside the box because I've watched a million documentaries on Jaws and it almost killed him. The shark is not working, and then the land comes in, and that fucks up. Shooting on water is notoriously, legendarily difficult.
Right. We're gonna need a bigger ferry.
Yeah, and a bigger laugh. But so I'm just saying, maybe you got Bob Newhart's record over here. There's some plants. You can get some audience plants. You got a bar.
This is not bad. How about this idea? In the shower, Mark Norman. I open the curtain. I'm wearing a suit, delivering from the shower.
I love it. You come out, you're in a bathrobe, and you have a stage. You have a natural stage.
Oh.
You pull the curtain back. You got the bathrobe on. We're all in here. I'll do it. I'll get Sarah. I mean,
this is good.
You can get Liz, Val, the cellar staff.
They'll
come over here.
We could have a waitress walk by, like it's a comedy club.
Yes, that's big. I mean, you could get a whole gang of people. You could get some I think you get cellar staff, and there's non-comedian people around that would be happy to do it.
You got something here, Fatty. This is big, and I don't have to go back to the goddamn ferry and get my ass kicked by the wind. And the amount I paid these video guys, I'm already in on my head over the paid check for the show.
Shouldn't the Tonight Show pay for it?
Hey, you'd think. But I went a little overboard. I mean, what if I said, hey, I want to jump out of a helicopter and deliver the set on the way down in a parachute? They'd be like, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
That would fit the bill on everything.
Jerry did it, and it wasn't great when he did it, but that's neither here nor there. We'll cut that. George is saying cut it.
Oh, yeah. But I had to get that out. That's my gripe of the week.
Good gripe. Excellent gripe. And that's exciting. I mean, the moral of the story is that you're going to do the Tonight Show.
True. I should quit bitching, but it just sucks when you have a great or fun idea and it's grandiose and everybody goes, it's not going to work. What about this? What about that? And I hate those people, but they were right.
I think it's a good idea, and you take that footage. People are hearing about this. Now you put it on the YouTube failed Tonight Show.
Oh, that's good.
Ferry sinks or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Brian Ferry, whatever.
Yes.
And then
Ferry go round.
Maybe this could be something in the house.
I like it. Ferry Christmas.
Maybe you do like a urban thing. Mark Norman's in the house.
With a in the house. DA.
Right. In the house was big. Remember when we were young? Everything's in the house.
Huge. You know what? Oh, sorry.
That was just like a greeting. You'd say, Mark's in the house.
Yes. You know what else was big? And I don't know where this came from, and it lasted a good 8 years and then just went away. What it was, let's say you did something great. I go, yeah, Joe, it's your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Get with it. That was huge. I haven't heard it's your birthday. Even on It's Your Birthday, we don't say it. On your birthday, we don't even say that.
That's right. It's your birthday. The Man was big, too.
Oh, The Man was huge.
That's lingering, but Mark, he's the man.
Yeah.
You're the man.
A little sexist. It's weird when my agent was my old agent, she got fired, but she was a lady, and I'd be like, you're the king. Queen? Queen doesn't work.
Queen's not as good because the queen just serves the king. I think she blows the king or whatever. Like even a first lady is productive. She takes the thing. She says no cookies or whatever. But a queen, what the fuck's a queen doing?
Decent band, and but they got drag. Those are queens. And then Yes Queen, I think is something.
Yes, that band sucks. Queen, the band, is great.
You don't like Yes?
They stink.
What?
Get out of here with Yes.
All right. He's saying no to Yes. All right. So, we got ads.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, I forgot all about it.
Well, it's still early here. We're only fucking 9 minutes into this piece of shit.
Oh, jeez. Well, I got more. I
got some stuff.
All right,
I got
you hit
some
me.
stuff.
I went on a gripe. You grip and gripe.
All right, let me pull up the ads just so I have them when we're ready. These are good ads, too.
Oh, the best of the best. These are lunch.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
I'm excited about these. Should we do them now or later?
Yeah, we'll do. How about we do one now, one in about a halfie?
Oh, I like that.
All right.
All right.
Half-breed.
Well, this one, we all know this one. We all love them. Must read verbatim. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Blue Chew, the first chewable dick pill. Now, you know, you and I, we've been with the same lady for a long time, ladies, for a long time, and you know how it gets, boys. Maybe you're drinking, maybe she makes you wear a condom, whatever. I'm talking to some guys, by the way. I got a few friends. These guys drink alcohol and they wear a condom. Some of them are on antidepressants. Forget about it.
It's like an obstacle course.
No chance of getting hard, and everybody's had that experience. So you might want to get yourself some Blue Chew because it has the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Woo!
Take Blue Chew anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. It's fast and easy. You love Blue Chew, don't you?
I love it. I've taken it many times. They actually just taste good to eat. You can eat them like candy, but don't eat too many. But I mean, they work like a charm. Even if you've been with a lady for 7 years, you get the 7-year itch, or you got the full life itch. But they're the best. They work immediately. You get like an extra half inch, if I'm not mistaken. And she's excited. You got the dong of a 14-year-old boy, and it just won't quit. Can't say it enough. Big fan of the Blue Chew. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our promo code Tuesdays. Just pay $5 in shipping. Wow, that's a steal. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com, promo code Tuesdays to try it free. You won't go back. You're never going to go back to your normal wiener. You need the Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Finally, a website that can give you an erection.
Well done. Well said.
Hear, hear. Queer beer.
By the way, I'm still worried about the car. My thing went off. We talked about it last week. The malfunction came on. It went down to just the malfunction light indicator.
Ugh.
And it's on, and then it went off. So I went, hey, nothing to worry about anymore. The light is gone, whatever. I pick up my car. Now, what kills me is the parking garage people, they start the car every time.
Yeah.
They're the ones to turn it off and turn it on.
Right.
And I don't turn anything on.
No, that's what I've heard.
And so I get in the car yesterday. It's all back on again. The yellow exclamation point, the battery thing light. I start driving, and I stop at a red light. I turn it off and then back on again. Mm-hmm. The warning stuff is off, but that little yellow indicator light is still on.
Interesting.
I looked it up. I talked about it. Some people have reached out to me. One guy was like, get that thing out of the garage. He's like, I used to work in a garage. We beat the fuck out of these cars. Fuck you. We hate you. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do, but there's people parked in garages all over the city. You'd think they'd be getting sued and shit.
Yes, sued.
But so now it's the little indicator. And I looked it up, and it says that it's probably it's all computerized. So it could just be one little haywire thing that's saying, hey, we got a little whatever. And it said, don't have it towed to there, but go to the dealership and have it checked out.
Okay.
But here's my thing. My dealership is 85 minutes away out in Long Island. So if I go out there and they're like, we need this for 3 days.
Oh.
But someone told me last night, Jay Nog, another Tuesday, gave me a hot tip. They'll give you a rental car.
That's right.
So I think I got to go out there Thursday or something and take it over there and go, you gave me a fucking lemon, you cunts.
Man, sometimes the rental could be nicer than the car, though. This is a very, promiscuous relationship. You got your car, you bring it in, they give you another car to fuck up, then you fuck that car up, you bring it back, you get your car, then that fucks up, you go get another car. It's a lot of dipping in the ink here.
It never ends. It's incestuous,
Thank
maybe.
you.
But so I don't know. One guy was like, the rats could be chewing on your thing, but just reassure me, everybody, that my car's not dying. It's probably computer error, and because it's not blinking, it's not red, it's just there. The car sounds fine, other than those clicks, but it sounds okay. It's driving okay. But I didn't know this. I was with Louis this weekend. His Porsche that I was driving around, if you remember, I was cruising around in the Porsche you were in. That car cost $97,000.
Big mistake.
I'm so fucking cuckoo with cars. I thought it was like $60,000.
No, that car, they lose value in like 10 minutes, too. I've looked online about those. They're like $20,000 to buy used.
I didn't know. Well, so I'm in the car. I got a bunch of stories about it, but I was in the car with Dan Natterman, fantastic comedian. Did you know this about Dan Natterman?
Funny
I'm about
guy.
to blow your mind. I'm going to give you 2 Natterman facts.
I'd like to know how he pays his rent, to be honest.
If you don't know Dan Natterman, go listen to his album. One of the best joke writers ever, I think.
Yeah, his Letterman is bananas. He's a killer.
2 crazy facts. One, he has a law degree. Went to UPenn and then some other school. He's an Ivy League law degree guy.
I object.
Get ready for this. You're going to shit your pants. You're going to take your pants
already
off.
Shitting.
Shit my mouth. I'm going to chew it and blow a bubble. You're going to jump out the window.
2 guys, 1 cup.
Dan Natterman is
Gay?
a pilot.
Shut up!
He's a pilot.
I don't believe that.
The
Get
guy-
out of town.
He's a pilot.
Come on, the pilot's not in the audience.
Can you picture him with a scarf and a leather jacket and his, just...
Oh, no. Who is he? The Red Baron? I don't buy it.
He's
Pilot.
He's the Red Baron, I guess. I mean, he's Barenberg. I mean, this guy, he's got his flight license or whatever the fuck. And he used to fly around town. I mean, he said he flew up to wherever. You just rent a Cesspa or whatever it's called.
Single engine Cessna.
Yeah, Johannes Cespedes or whatever the fuck. And he would fly in an airplane.
Wow. I don't. I got to see it to believe it. He couldn't even turn on my pilot light.
I mean, he's a pilot. He's a lawyer. He's an amazing comedian.
Who is this guy? He's like Bond.
Fascinating fella.
Wow.
But and always nice to talk to. He's smart as a whip. But he did do one thing that bugged me.
Jewish.
We're in the car. We're talking. We're driving down, talking about the Porsche. She's asking Louis about the Porsche, and he says, "Oh, this car." I go, "I thought this. What does this car cost? Like $60,000?" And he's like, "No, $97,000." And I'm like, "What?" And then Natalie goes, "Well, what did you think it cost?"
I just
And I
said
was like,
60.
60,000.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Isn't that annoying?
That's very annoying.
But not annoying. But he's gonna hear this, I'm sure. But not annoying. But you're like, I said what I thought it cost.
Yeah, we've covered that. It's like when people go, what's the name of that? What's the capital of New Jersey? You don't know the capital of New Jersey? No, I just asked the question. That's why you ask a question, because you don't know.
And I think I've talked about this before. I know I say that a lot. But then they tell you, and you're like, if you just tell me, I'll know it.
Exactly.
We'll have the same information.
Yes, exactly.
You're shaming me for something that I would know if you told me.
They liked it. They enjoy it. They get a little power in that moment.
But here's how my math worked, and this is how little I know about cars, is that I was like, I got a 2018 Nissan Sentra that cost me $20,000. You got a 2012 Porsche that's 6 years earlier, and inflation. You bought it 8 years ago. And this is 3 times better than my car, $60,000.
Yeah.
But evidently it's 5 times better than my car. And I got to tell you, I've driven both cars. I don't see that much difference.
No, I like yours. Remember they had some weak pickup on that thing, and they don't sustain. Yours sustains. It goes the distance. Sure, it's not flashy and it's kind of boxy and all that, but it's gonna live a long life.
Maybe. I mean, I got 17,000 miles on it, 3 of which I put on, and it's got a fucking crazy yellow battery light, so it might shit the bed before the end of the podcast. But
jeez. Well, I do know guys who have driven on a fucking Humpty Hoopty all for 20 years with 18 lights on.
that's true. Yeah, it's kind of like the doctor. You're like, you got high blood pressure, and you're like, I'll figure that out later. I'm gonna eat some hot dogs. But
yes.
But anyways, great weekend. I mean, Natterman is such an amazing comic.
Killer.
To me, I mean, he's the kind of comic I love. Just straight jokes, killer jokes, so funny.
Yeah.
And we had a variety of co-openers. I did this whole weekend at Stress Factory. Now, Wednesday I couldn't do because I had another gig. That's a whole other bag of tits. But so I sent him Veter. I was like, you got to get Gary Veter. This guy's the nicest guy in the world. Hilarious. He had a dog walking business that made $900,000. It went away. And Louis a good guy, and he's a trusting guy. So he said, okay, get him on the show. So he had a great time.
Oh, good.
But Thursday, we got a gap. We got nobody.
Big gap Thurs.
So he says, who should we get? You guys got to do 10 minutes. I don't have a big budget. Give me someone young and new and hungry.
You're not going to say his name, are you?
Whose name?
The guy you got.
Of course I'm going to say his name.
All right.
I'm going to say his name. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted it out there.
Oh, yeah, he did a great job.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
fine guy,
I
fine
didn't know we were
comedian.
going to trash the act.
No, I love the act.
Oh, all right. I didn't know.
I love this guy. Do you know who the guy is?
I think I know. Isn't the guy we talked about?
Yes.
So
This guy's a first-class guy.
Sweet kid.
Sweet guy, sweet kid.
Muslim.
Oh, jeez. You can't say that.
Why? That's a religion.
No, I'm teasing. You can say that. He's a muzz.
Big muzz.
Crazy muzz. One of those nutty ones.
Yeah, big muzz, turban, beard, can't let a woman drive, the whole thing.
Extremist, I would say.
That's the one. Terrorism.
Oh, this is bad. This is all bad. No, so Louis says, get someone who's going to really appreciate it, someone that will be hungry and excited. So I hit up my friend Shafi Hossein, who I just love the hell out of this guy. He's
nice kid.
He's a young whippersnapper. I don't even know how young he is. I worked with him back in Albany, back in regular times.
Yes.
And he gave me a lot of info about reflux. This guy is smart.
Interesting. He's no pilot.
He's not a pilot.
I hope not. You don't want that guy around a building. All right.
So,
I see.
He's a sweet guy, good guy, and this guy's hungry. He's the kind of guy I'm like, this is the kind of guy Louis likes, the kind of guy we like. He's all over town. He's got 9 shows around town.
One's in an apartment penthouse.
Did it last night and
slept in it.
And put it on last night and I slept in it. So anyways, I say this guy, and Louis like, well, what's this? Is he this? Is he that? And I'm like, you just trust me on this one. We're getting this guy. So I get my friend Shafi Hossein. Now I hit him up, and it's exciting because you have this gift to give. I'm like, I'm going to text this guy. You want to open for Louis? He's going to shit his pants. It's going to be a big fucking pants shitting.
Yes.
And ironically, he texted me about something else, some other gig. He's like, hey, do you want to do this gig? I go, sure, I'll do that gig. How'd you like to do this gig?
Oh, isn't that a fun moment? You get to present that big matzo ball.
Well, it feels good to give something. It feels good to give, folks. So he writes back. He goes, man, I would love to. I'd be honored. But I got a gig. I can't do it.
Cancel the gig, Dickless.
I go, fuck. And I go, what's the gig? And he goes, I'm opening for Sam Morrill, of course, one of our closest friends.
Sure.
And one of the great comics in the world. And so I said,
I got this. YouTube.
Yes. So I said, shit, okay, well, what can you do? So I text Louis. I go, the guy can't do it. Should I grab someone else? And then in the meantime, he texts back. He goes, hold on. I just looked it up. It's 17 minutes away. Louis' show's 7:30. His show's 8:30.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
He goes, I'll do both. So I text Sam. I'm texting with Sam. Ironically, I was texting all these people anyways, unrelated to each other. And so I text Sam. I go, hey, you got Shafi opening for you tomorrow night. That's too bad because I was trying to get him to open for Louis. And Sam goes, oh, geez, well, I understand if he wants to cancel. So I text Shafi, hey, Sam said, you could cancel on him if you want the opportunity to work for Louis. Meanwhile, Shafi, he's texting Sam, and he's going, hey, would you mind if we doubled up?
Right.
So
wow, this kid's gung-ho.
So Shafi texts Sam, and then Shafi texts me back. He goes, I'm in. I'm down. He goes, Sam's show is 8:30, 17 minutes away. We'll get Sam. I'm going to pick up Sam early, drive to your gig. And so now this is where I'm getting older. I don't know if it's the meditation or the whatever it is. I got emotional because I texted Sam because Sam doesn't have to say yes. Now, a lot of people, and I would have to think about it, if I'm headlining a show at 8:30 and you're opening for me, giving me a ride, and you call and go, hey, could we leave an hour and a half earlier
right,
so I can stop at this other gig? I think a lot of people would go, no, I don't give a fuck about your gig.
Right.
Well, I don't want to leave the city an hour earlier.
Right.
But Sam Morrill is a first-class guy, and he knows what it's like to be a young opener. He knows how much it means to work with Louis. So Sam says, no problem. I'll change all my plans.
I love it.
And I text Sam, and I go, you're first class for doing that.
Yes.
That's a nice thing to do. And Sam writes back, come on, man, it's Louis.
Ah,
He gets it.
He's a real comic.
And I tell you, I don't know what hit me, but I got that watery, sprinkly feeling in my eyes because you know what it reminded me of? And I'm a big hockey guy, of course. The goalie loses his stick. It slides away.
Yeah.
The defenseman hands the goalie his stick.
Oh.
And then a forward comes down and gives the defenseman his stick.
Oh, I love it.
And the forward says, I'll make do without a stick. You need a stick. And then he goes, you need a stick. That's what it felt like. Sam goes, well, we'll leave early. We'll go to the stress factory, yada, yada. So then I text back Louis. I go, never mind. He can do it. And Louis, he's a big star. He goes, what is this? This is confusing. What are you talking about? How is he going to do both? And I said, don't worry about it, you son of a bitch. Just shut your mouth.
Yes. By the way, you got to get a finder's fee. You're spinning 17 plates.
Oh, I charged Shafi $300, but
Good. Fair.
So we all go down there, and Louis and I, we go down, and of course Sam and Shafi are already there, and it's great to see Sam randomly just at a show. I don't expect to see a guy like
I
that.
haven't seen the guy in 10 years.
Yeah, he's masked up and put away wet. Is that the term?
Rode hard, put away gay.
That's what it is.
I'm hard.
So I see him, and now we got a hang going. Stress Factory's packed, sold out, outdoor tent. I mean, that's quite a setup over there.
Best setup in the country.
And Shafi goes up and does very well. He's great, does a great job. Sam and I are in the back laughing. Louis looking at his notes, whatever. And I think he gave Shafi a few notes, which is always exciting and nerve-wracking. And Shafi set it up, and then I got the biggest laugh of my life because Shafi, does his bits, and then we had to change out the mics and the mic stand. And I said, this has nothing to do with COVID. I just hate Muslims. And Jersey they went crazy. I mean, crazy. I couldn't follow it.
Yeah, know your crowd.
But Shafi did a great job. I think he's a Tuesday as well. Comics listening to the show means so much to me.
That's about
so
it.
Great
comics.
Great job, Shafi. Sam's a good man. And
good egg. We got a good crew.
Great crew. Check out Dan Natterman. Check out Shafi Hossein. You know about Sam, but whatever.
Yeah.
See him also again. And
he's got something cooking. Just keep an eye out. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
I don't know how much I can give away, but just keep an eye on old Sammy Marilli.
So I got more from the weekend, but I got to pass because I got reflux and my throat hurts.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, I've heard that before from a man. But I want to say this. You talk about hey, man, it's Louis. Like, I love that moment. I love that reverence. I love that Sam gets it. I love that he knows what that means to Schaff. I talked to Fat Chris Al. He
Sure.
opened for Dave Attell last night or 2 nights ago.
Wow.
And he just texted me freaking out. And, part of you is like, all right, I've gotten 30 texts about this. I get it, whatever. But then I'm like, wait a minute. This is great. It's nice to see a comic shitting blood over opening over a gig they got. Remember, because he lives in, bumfuck Charlotte's dick. He doesn't know anything, about what's going on in the city. And then you get an Attell gig.
Right.
I mean, that is life-changing, or at least weekend-changing. And it's so exciting. A guy you look up to, a guy you respect, a guy you actually enjoy watching. And, you're going to make some cash and some scratch and maybe get a video and maybe a photo with the guy. And it was so cool watching a guy geek out on another guy. I feel like that's kind of going away. There's no reverence anymore.
Yeah. Well, I remember August 27th, 2004. That's when I opened for Attell at the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom. And I remember calling Tom Dustin being like, you sitting down? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm opening for Dave Attell.
Oh.
And it was like during Insomnia. And I was like, this is not like jumping off the walls.
I know. I remember even Tom Papa was like, hey, can I, you want to, well, it was new. And he's like, you want to go to Jersey with me? I was like, he's like, all right, great. I'll call you tomorrow early in the morning. Just be ready. And I set my alarm for like 6:30 because he called me at like 10:30, but I was just ready. And then he texted me. I was like, I'm in. And I had to meet the guy. You get there 4 hours early. You shave. You clean your asshole. You go all in. But just those little things was so exciting. I'm open for Greg Barrett once. I don't even know. I think he killed himself, but. It was exciting. This is the guy from She's Not That Into You or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, all those guys, the Comedy Connection, Adam Ferrara, Dom Irera, all those guys. I remember getting that thing and you hang up and you're like, oh my God. Back in the day, you hung up. Now you get an email or whatever.
Right.
But I remember DePaulo hit me on MySpace with a bunch of dates and being like, this is insane.
I know. Now everybody's like, the old guard sucks, fuck you, white men are trash, whatever it is. You're like, all right, but can't we have a little bit of joy? Like, I feel like now Adam Sandler could call a young guy and he'd be like, blow me. I hated Jack and Jill. And he's like, oh, geez, all right, sorry. I don't know. I feel like there's no, what's the word? Like, I watched a video last night. Bill Burr did Jay Leno's car show.
Okay.
And, Bill Burr is obviously a huge, great comic, just in SNL. We got to talk about that monologue at some point. And he's like kind of kissing Leno's ass. And at first you're like, whoa, this guy's kissing. Oh, yeah, Leno's huge. Leno was in the 70s.
Right.
So, yeah, that's fun to see.
Yeah, I think it's important and it's exciting, but it was really fun and exciting to live it.
Yes. And are you watching the Comedy Store doc?
No, I keep hearing about it, but I haven't been able to see it yet.
It's just so fun. It's like none of the scandal shit, none of all that. It's just fun-loving comedy history.
I think I got to get Showtime to watch it. I got
do.
everything. I got Hulu, Amazon, fucking, HBO, Max.
You got to get my thing. It's illegal, but
I
it's fun.
know. I heard about your thing. I got the offer for your thing, but it's a little spooky. It scares me. I got Criterion. That's another thing. That's where I got this.
Oh, nice.
By the way, clever ad campaign. Speaking of which, we got to read our other ad. But I got Criterion Channel. They send you an email and they go, hey, $10 off your next purchase. I wasn't even thinking about making a purchase, but then you get $10 off. So you go, I'll go make a purchase.
They
I
got
go on
ya.
there. They got a shirt store. I bought a shirt.
That's a good-looking tee.
It's not bad. It's quite toasty, frankly.
I do love a long-sleeve tee.
But that's a good trick. Hey,
yeah.
$10 off next time you buy my album. They go, well, geez, I better take that.
Right. I mean, if I fall for it every time, hey, 2 for the price of 1 hooker. All right, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Talkspace. Who doesn't need a good shrink at the moment? And you don't have to go anywhere. When money's tight, investing in yourself may not be top of mind, but mental health is a necessity, not a luxury. And guess what? Taking care of yourself doesn't have to break the bank, folks. Investing in your mental health has long-term benefits, and with Talkspace, it can actually be affordable. Hallelujah, it's about time. This is a great idea. Change is constant, but in the new normal, it feels like there's something new to grapple with every day. You got that right, Fatty. We go to therapy. We got the same guy. I love him. Changed my life. You become a better person. You're a better partner. You're a better employee. It's just great. You got to do it, and this is a way to do it, safely, socially distantly, and cheaply, I might add. It's online therapy. That's here to give everyone support because we all need it right now. They'll match you with a licensed therapist who you'll be able to reach out to 24/7. Wow, I don't have that. That's right. Whenever something is on your mind, you'll hear back 5 days a week, and they match you. I know a lot of people who go, I had a therapist. I did 4 months. I hated him. I fired the guy. It didn't match up. They find you the right guy. Tell them how to do it, Fatty.
This is good stuff. You need your own Allen, but it's hard to find. The bottom line is we all need someone to talk to, and Talkspace wants to give us the license support we deserve at a price we can afford. Just for our listeners, you can get $100 off your first month with code Tuesdays. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app and use Tuesdays to get $100 off your first month. That's Tuesdays and Talkspace.com.
Here.
Yeah, they're there. I mean, that's you got to do it. Why not improve your life?
Yeah, try it once, knock it out, then you'll be hooked. It's very beneficial.
All right, what else is shaking there? Stick some
right.
things in my ass.
Well, speaking of stick, how about a stick shift? We got a lot to cover on the old Beamer.
Oh, boy. Now, I'm so excited about this because it was, I don't want to say teased. I mean, you said you got it, but you did not. It was not in your possession last we talked.
Well, I had a trailer tractor, whatever you call it. Those big things with like 8 cars on it.
Oh, yeah.
One of those things, the whole Stephen Wright joke. I got into one of those cars. The guy was carrying 8 cars. He went too fast. We all got speeding tickets. All right. So they pull up to the house. First, it was a whole kerfuffle because the guy goes, all right, we're coming on Tuesday. And I said, all right, great. Love you on Tuesday, but we're shooting the ferry on Tuesday. So I said, anytime other than 4 to 6, I'll be here. They said, oh, you got it. Noon, 1, 2. I call like 4 times. She goes, it's going to be fine, sir. They hate me at this point. It's the same lady. Babs is answering. Babs again?
Kramer?
Yeah. Cosmo. So finally I get a call. It's the trucker. You can just hear the hey, man, this is Larry. I'm going to be there at 4:30. I said anytime between 4 to 6. I'm free all day, all night. And he's like, all right, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, bring it tomorrow then, you piece of garbage. So they bring it tomorrow. He goes, hey, I'm outside. I run down. It was like Christmas. I got slippers on. I got a dress, a lampshade on my head. I run down there. It's this big Greek guy right down there. I get the lady. She comes down with me. He's just pulling it off the wrecker, and it's just down there, and it's so cute. It's so shiny. It looks great. I can't believe it's here. And he goes, "That's a great car.
Wow.
My dad had one of those. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I hugged the guy, and I gave him a 20. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I get in the car. I cannot believe it's mine. It's so real now. The whole thing, I get the whole mail-order bride thing. It's got to be so fun to talk to her online for 6 years and see her in the flesh and get to touch her labia. So I'm inside the car. I crank the window. He started it up for me. Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, "All right, enjoy it." And I go, "Oh, my God." So I go, "You want to go for a spin?" Lady goes, "Hell yeah." She jumps in, and I couldn't start it. Like, I couldn't get it going, and the guy in the truck's like, "What's going on?" I had to walk back, very emasculating, and I go, "I can't get the e-brake down. It just wouldn't go down."
Oh, boy.
And so it's just running with the e-brake on in neutral.
The e-brake is like a woman. Won't go down.
Same with my dick. But so he goes, "All right, I'll take a look." He walks back over, and he just goes, "Rah, rah." You got to pull it up first, then down.
The up, then down.
Yeah, I was hitting the button just going down. No dice. Up, down. So now I feel like a bitch, but I pop it into first, and I ease off, and he goes, "Okay, he knows how to drive stick," even though I learned the day before. And that was terrifying. Then we just drive around the West Village. It was fucking beautiful. I get a lot of like, "Oh, that's nice. Whoa, that's a beauty." You know, all that shit. Drive around the village, putting along, trying to get in a second, figured it out. Went in a reverse on accident mid-stride.
Oh,
the gears went, "Bang!" I was like, "Oh, sorry." And yeah, I stalled it once or twice, but it was a beautiful moment. I felt like a 15-year-old. I couldn't believe I owned this thing. And so we drove around. We got lunch. We got back in the car. I took her home, and then I go, "All right, well, I got a gig tonight in Baltimore, so I got to go park this thing somewhere."
Oh, boy.
So I go to a garage, and the guy goes, "Wow." He's this old Nigerian guy. Goes, "Wow, that's a beauty, but you got no plates. You can't put a car in the garage with no plates."
Huh.
Because you could just steal a car and be like, "Can you house this?"
Right. Oh, good point.
Never thought about a plate or anything. I have no insurance. I got no registration. I got nothing. So I was like, "Buddy, my dad died. I got to get this in here. It's a whole thing. Like, I don't know what to do." I acted like somebody gave me a kid and I need help. And he's like, "All right, fine." And I go, "I'll get it tomorrow at 10 a.m. He goes, "Be here by 10 a.m. No later. No plate. I could lose job." I go, "Okay, sorry."
Jeez.
So I go do the Baltimore gig. We did 2 shows in Baltimore, Fat Chris Allen, Umar Khan, the whole thing. We had a great time. Take the train back. I'm so excited. I get back at 2 a.m. I set my alarm for 9. Wake up at 9. Haul ass over to the Nigerian guy. He goes, "Oh, I didn't think you were coming." And jump in the car. And to get out of the thing is like a huge ramp up.
Oh, that's scary.
Huge. So I go, "All right, back at it." And everything in your fiber, is it being or bean?
I think it's being.
Fiber of your bean.
No, it's definitely not bean. That's no good.
Well, what the hell's the fiber?
The fiber
That's 2 foods.
of your being.
Is it
fiber's
being?
not a food. It's like a thing that makes up a thing. It creates a thing. It bonds.
But you always hear, "I need some fiber."
Yeah, the fiber is contained within the food. The fiber is a connective material that expands and turns into shit. So fiber of the being is like the shit of yourself.
Ooh, that's big, Confucius. All right, so, because you don't want to get in it. You just want to, like, own it and play with it and show everybody and show it off. But, like, getting in that thing, people are watching you. I mean, it's on, baby. So I go, "All right, suck it up, dickless. Put your balls back in your skirt." I put it in the first gear, and I just ease towards that ramp. And, it's 10 in the morning. I got crust in my eye. I got jizz in my lips. And I go, and it just won't go up. And I go, and this is like rush hour. So everybody's in and out of there. There's all these, guys running around, and it just rolls back down. And I can see the Nigerian guy going, "Oh." And he goes, "You got to move. I got cars coming in." And I was like, all right. Back up. And I'm running that engine. It's just wow, 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 wow. And I don't want to break the fucking thing. It's 57 years old. So he goes, get out. Let me show you. And he goes up the hill, and he goes, you see? And he goes, "But you have to do it." And I go, ah!
So what did he do? He pulled it back down again?
He let it roll down. You pop that bitch in neutral, roll back down. He goes, you got to do it. You got to learn. I was like, where were you when I was 8?
I know. What is it, your dad?
I know. He's my black dad. So I get in it, and I go, wah, and I come back down again, and I'm sweating. I feel horrible. I'm embarrassed, the whole thing.
You're
and
like Sisyphus.
I'm cis. I got syphilis. So I go, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm going. I'm putting it in gear, and he looks and he goes, you're in third, dickless. And I go, oh, man.
Oh, third. What do you need to be in?
First. It's always got to be first. First gets it cooking.
So how were you in third then?
Because it's 1973, so you got to just know. I mean, there's no dash with a thing on it or a marker or anything. You just got to feel it.
So you felt it wrong.
Felt it
Third,
wrong. I was in
okay.
the ass. I should have been in the pink.
Okay.
So I got in the first, pulled it out of there, felt like a champ, and it was good. I learned my lesson. I had to learn it the hard way. And he goes, so I'm in the rear view, and I said, thank you, Dickless. Gave him a 20 as well.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I'm draining money. I'm hemorrhaging. I pull that thing out, and I just drive around. I literally drove around the city for 4 hours. I went uptown. I went to the park. I went downtown. I went to Battery Park, whatever that is. I went to Columbus Circle. It was beautiful. I'm just, woo, hey, Kramer, yeah, the whole thing. I was on the back of that, hook and ladder.
Now, are you worried about it breaking down
Of
or
course.
stopping or whatever? Because, I drive a car. My car is fresh off the lot. It's 2 years old, but whatever. The whole time I'm panicking that I'm going to get stuck, the tunnel, the
Yes.
hills, the things.
Yes.
The hills have eyes. I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
And you got a fucking, this thing came out with the sting. I mean, it's old.
It's old. It's beaten up. It's been city and back. It's got bird shit on it. It shakes. It queefs, the whole thing. But here's the weird thing about old cars. They go, you got to drive it, man. Those things, you got to drive them. You got to drive them. Then they go, don't put any miles on it. You're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? So I'm just driving around the city, hey, having a good time at Tuesday. The Tuesdays see it. It's like a beacon.
Wow.
So having a nice time. And now I have to get it in a garage because I'm going to be gone for a lot of November. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. And I keep hearing your horror stories about garage with the clinks and the exclamations. This thing, by the way, it needs electrical work. The headlights don't work, and the gauges just go woo, woo, woo. The needles look like, Michael J. Fox. They're just up and down, wiggling all over the place. I don't know if I got full gas. I got a half a tank. I got the speedometer is just going brutal.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think you got to go to one of these celebrity super garages on the west side. One of those
right.
$900 a month. They take, fucking whoever's car. I can't even think of a celebrity that lives in New York. Woody Allen, he doesn't have a car. Who's the guy that lives here? Matthew Broderick?
Broderick.
Seinfeld? Yeah, you got to get the guy that takes care of Broderick's car because I'm out in Queens. I got 3 teenagers that play fucking pickup basketball beforehand.
Yeah.
And they're grinding my gears. You got to get like a guy with like a Russian accent and a comb over that has like the jumpsuit thing.
Yes, I need a jumpsuit with a little grease stain right here, and he's holding a wrench. But here's the queef. I'll tell you, I got on West Side Highway with that thing, and I was like, and cars are going by like, what are you doing? Because I couldn't get it going fast enough. I'm learning. But after a while, it's so fun. It's like a video game. Once you start getting good at it, you don't want to get out of the car. But it made me realize it's amazing that in the 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s, everyone did this.
Right.
Every man, woman, teenager was on the highway, merging on hills, fucking stop sign, go, stop, go traffic, shifting, clutching, reshift, downshift, up. I mean, what a world that must have been when people had like, you fuck it up, it's your problem, you got to fix it, you got to get in the right gear, you got to make it work. We don't have that anymore.
Well, also, there was no phone, so they were concentrating on that. Now, I mean, I'm driving. I got one knee on the wheel. I mean, I'm looking at Instagram. I'm watching YouTube. And, it's a lot more dangerous, but then the cars are safer.
Right.
So there's good and bad, I guess. But I remember my uncle saying that to me when I first started driving, 20 years ago or whatever. And he was like, you have no idea what an automatic car, how insane it is. It's like
insane.
There's so much work happening that you have nothing to even worry about or think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder people are driving with their knees. They got a coffee. They got their dick out. They got playing with the radio, checking the mirror. I'm like this.
Right.
I mean, you're so dialed in. It's crazy. Like, you forget. I got off the highway and I looked at my phone. I had like 30 messages because I was just like
right
in the zone.
So where's the car? Is it on the sidewalk with the bike?
No, I parked on the sidewalk for a one day, and I got like so many people like, what year? How can I take a photo with it? Can I sit on it? Can I look at it? Can I sit in the touch the wheel? I'm like, get out of here! It was too much. So I Googled NYC West Village Garage, and I just let a whole list pop up, and I called everyone. Hey, I got an old car. Can I park it in there? Yeah, bring it in. What's the plate? No plate. Click. Hey, I got an old car. Bring it in. What's the plate? No plate. Click. So one guy, I'm getting desperate. Now I got to get crafty. One guy, he sounded like a nice guy, normal guy. It wasn't like a crazy accent or anything. And he goes, hey, what's up? And I go, hey, man, I got an old car. Can I park it in your garage? And he goes, ooh, what kind of car is it? I go, oh, well, it doesn't have any plates. And he goes, oh, shit. Well, what is it? I'm just curious. And I go, it's a 1973 2002 BMW. He goes, oh, I love that car. Fuck it. Bring it in.
Wow.
So just the basis on the he knew the car so well that just on the fact of what it was, he's like, bring it in. I brought it in. He's like, oh, man, I love these. My dad had one, and it just worked out. And he's like, I'm going to put it up in the crow's nest. I don't want anybody to see it. And let me know when you're coming by. I need like 30 minutes to get it out of there because I'm going to put it way up.
Sure.
And, so we got it in. It worked out. And then I went to Mohegan Sun for some gigs. Had a great weekend. But, it feels good just storing it.
So what's the plan? Are wheels in motion?
Yes.
Are you getting the plates and the thing? And you can get antique plates, can't? Or
I'm going vanity, baby.
I mean, what's antique now? Because classic is 25 years.
Yeah.
So what's antique status?
Antifa.
Can you get antique status on that?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's antique.
Because you might be able to get the specialty antique plates and
Yes.
boobly boo. But when I was a young whippersnapper, you could only drive those on an emergency or on Sunday or something. But that's probably changed. Those are
really?
like blue law bullshit.
Yeah, no, I see some little old cars tooling around the city that are like 60s, 50s, 60s.
I imagine that was one of those rules way back then that's changed. Because it was on Sunday. It was exciting because you'd see all these like, you know?
That's fun stuff.
Oh, my God.
What? Oh, geez. All right, we'll wrap it up. But yeah, so I called Geico yesterday. I got insurance. Then they're mailing me all the paperwork. I'm going to take that to the DMV and just get raped up the pooper and take it. But I'm either going out to lunch, which is fun on a car because you're like, oh, maybe he's going out to lunch.
Right.
Also that and the special. But I might just go comedy.
That's not bad.
So we'll see what's available.
That might not be available. I know Bill Blumenreich, who owned the Comedy Connection, that was his license plate, but that was Massachusetts. That's a different state.
Aha. And I might go exclamation if I can.
Can you get exclamation on a car?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right.
Because if that's the case, you could go like at ampersand hashtag and have it just be fuck, you know?
Yeah, just N-I ampersand exclamation ER.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, you get it. So it's in a garage. The Tuesday's been so helpful, so nice. One guy was like, you put a picture of your keys up, you fucking retard. Take that down. You can cut a key off of a photo. I was like, oh, geez.
What?
Oh, yeah.
He's crazy.
He's crazy, but the world's gone mad. It's a mad scientist. So one guy goes, hey, I'm a mechanic. I live in New Jersey. I own a shop. It's a classic car shop. I will charge you barely anything to store it here, like in the winter, and we'll work on it while it's stored. And I said, sold. So that's the guy I'm using. I think it's called Empower Automotive in Belvedere, New Jersey.
Empower.
Yeah,
Sounds
like a lady. She's empowered.
Oh, that's exciting. So what is the idea with the car? What's your dream vision? Like you take it out, because I picture the Merritt Parkway on a Saturday in Connecticut. It's beautiful because you can't be taking this thing around to spots and shit.
No, it's too stop and go-y. You know, it needs to just ride, baby. It needs to just fart it out in the wind.
But the Palisades in Jersey, you take that across the bridge and cruise with the wind in the hair and the whole thing. I mean, that sounds like something. Did you fart, by the way?
Earlier.
Okay, I'm getting it now.
I think it's lingering. But so that's the dream is, okay, the car's in decent shape, but it's got some problems. Obviously, the speedometer, the lights, that's all shit. It's got some rips and some wraps and some queefs and some blemishes. So I'm going to get all that taken care of and just sit on it. Just keep sitting on it. Fix it, new carburetor, new suspension, just over time. And then when it's all good and ready, maybe in a year, maybe in 6 months, I'm going to bring it into the city, get a parking spot, and then do the Palisade stuff on the on the weekends.
That sounds nice. I mean, that's a nice project. It's a nice thing. But that's where you really wish you had a home with a driveway where you take it out of the garage and it's Saturday and you go, hey, Mike, your neighbors come by and you have a beer and the whole thing.
I'd love to get you in there. We do a queef. We go up to, Harlem and have a cheesesteak and come down and blow each other in the park. I mean, that would be the dream too, but give it some time.
I mean, I'm dying to get in this thing. And does it have a seatbelt? Is it one of those ones that's up here? You got to untie it and plug it in?
It's pretty primitive. It's all whoop. It's like a hook. It looks like you're like tying up a horse.
Because my uncle and cousin both had 66 and 67 Chargers, and the seatbelt was literally up here. Like you had to fold it up and stick it up there, and then you like unfold and pull it down.
No.
There was no pullback where you pull it down, it pulls it up. There's no automation. You had to fucking fold it like a flag of a kid that just died.
Right. Well, don't let the flag touch the ground, and God hates flags. But yeah, this thing, I mean, it's so primitive. You get in there, you're like, where is everything? That one thing you pull it out, it looks like a little hook. You pull it out, it's an ashtray.
Oh, I remember those.
So, like, it is old school, baby. And it's got an AM, FM radio. I'm going, oh, do you believe in love? We got one, and then the dials don't work. So I don't know if my oil's through the roof. I don't know if I'm burning gas. I don't know if I'm gay or bi or what. But even the mirrors on the side just go, I mean, that's it.
Right.
It's so primitive, but man, it feels good to drive and it's fun and you're really feeling it. Like you're in control of the car. I
remember driving an old car that I eventually wrecked, but it was one of those radios with the dial, and then you'd hit a bump or like a pothole, and it would jump stations. And it would be like, don't say nothing bad. Dr. Dre in the house or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Well, we gotta wrap this up here. But I got a couple dates I want to plug. I'm going back to Connecticut, all of Comedy's Connecticut, November 5th, 1955. Right. I'm in Lyman. What's it called? Orchards. It's comedy craft beer, Ryan Brock.
Oh, great.
Go to, Lyman Orchards, November 5th in Connecticut. I'm bringing Sarah up there. And I got another date in Connecticut that I can't remember. Oh, I'm doing Millerville, Pennsylvania. Sam just did it. I heard it's great. It's like an hour west of Royersford, and that's November 13th.
Wow.
So check that out. I'll post up all the details and everything, but I'm hoping people can make it. It's a door deal, no guarantee at all.
Wow.
So I'm scared shitless. Sam said it was great. I'm doing, I think, 2 shows. Millersville, Shafi Hossein, my pal, he's coming along. It's Friday, November 13th. Friday the 13th. Spooky.
Ooh.
So come out to that. And the album is out. You can go stream the album. I Hate Myself. It's different than the special. Go watch the special. Leave a nice comment. Leave a good review on the album. 5 stars. Share it. All that shit. And you can check out Mindful Metal Jacket. And, and join the Patreon, for God's sakes.
Here. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I just put up a half-hour queef from Connecticut. And we're trying to queef at least once a week, and Stranger by the Lake is up there, and Sopranos, and live eps from who knows when, all kinds of old stuff, fun stuff.
Yeah, so get on there. $3 a month.
Yeah, can't beat it. Cheapest Patreon in the biz. Also, I'm at Soul Joel's tomorrow, Royersford. We've sold a bunch of tickets, so it's already pretty full, but come on out and let's fill some more. I'm selling T-shirts. I got a new batch of merch. Comedy. I might even bring the Beamer out there if you guys want to piss on it. A lot of fun gigs. Cleveland Hilarities coming up. A lot of stuff in Jersey City. It's all of my stories. I can't remember all the dates right now, but Greenville, Comedy Zone, and New Orleans, some gigs. I'm going to go down for Thanksgiving. Bridgeport Stress Factory in Connecticut. It's all in Connecticut. And Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo. That's if that opens. But, yeah, a lot of stuff in the city. Special, anal, praise Allah. Thanks a lot, folks. We'll see you next week.
George is saying cut it.
Comedy.